Shopify helped businesses break sales records over the holidays with the world's best converting checkout. Let's hear that one more time. The world's best converting checkout. Shopify's legendary checkout makes it easier for customers to shop on your website, across social media, and everywhere in between. Now that's music to your ears. Any way you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify. Start your $1 a month trial today at shopify.com/records.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father had died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death and his hometown of Eterno was not everything that it appeared to be. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. I'm Baya, and as we're getting closer to ending our story, I just wanted to tell you that it's been a pleasure spending this time with you. It really means more than you'll ever know.
Day 4. Late morning. The Hidden Cave. Okay, so you start to walk with Kody and Magno a little bit ahead of you, but they're not too far ahead of you. They're trying to stick together, at least somewhat. And Kody says, "You had something you wanted to talk about while we walk?"
Who wants to take it?
So what are you and Magno being so secretive about?
Well, Magno's not being secretive on purpose. She really doesn't know much more than most of the other people around town. I do have plenty of secrets, but I have a much more than one lifetime worth of things that I've done and places that I've been and people I've been with, so divulging all of that seems kind of like an overshare.
Well, we do have about an hour's walk, so, if you could shorten your life story to an hour, I'd be much appreciated.
Well, let me at least tell you about why I'm here. At least what I have agreed to with your father. With Kyrian, it took a little bit of time, but he and I came to an agreement. And the reason I came to Eterno is because a long time ago I did figure out that people didn't die here. I wasn't lying when I said I did find this place before, and I did come back to it. That's very true. It was very off chance, but it is what happened. And all of the people from my first visit were still here. Now, that's a very, very impressive feat for an entire town to not lose really anybody at all in the time that I was gone, including humans who seem to live on for a very long time. But I wanted to make it my home here because I also can't die. And I've been touring all of Euphrey for a very long time, watching my friends and family pass away. And I was tired of it. So I came here to live my life with a group of other people who can't die. And I know that Timmeron wants me to take on the mantle that your father left behind, but I have zero interest in taking on any responsibility for this town and its people. Also, I'm not going to let them wipe my mind. I don't even know if it's possible if they can wipe my mind. It's probably too dangerous, because I feel like if danger were to come to this town on my behalf because of something that I've done in the past, I can at least leave and not keep the town in danger. But that's why I'm here, which I'm assuming is what you want to know.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it. I didn't see any point on wiping mine or your mine. So, I mean, I don't know what the deal is with only 3 people, all that. I don't know. But I think it should be a choice, not mandated by a couple old people.
I agree with that. I feel like it's a little bit more of a strong suggestion than a mandatory thing. They obviously haven't made me wipe my mind, and Magno seems to have put together the fact that I am a very, very, very old Aasimar and kind of come to her own conclusions. But I don't feel like they've ever tried to force it on me, but it has been strongly suggested that if I don't want to take the mantle, then maybe I should think about wiping my mind as well. But that's where I sit. If you decide to do this, then I just want you to know as well, I fully support you to take your father's role, but I have no interest in leaving the town unless I bring danger to the town, and I have no interest in wiping my mind. So as long as you're cool with that, I don't really have any issues.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Do you? Do y'all?
Actually, is there a chance that you could bring danger to the people here? Obviously, you've had a very long life with many adventures. You're retiring to a place where nobody can find you.
I have lived long enough to not ever speak in definites. I very, very strongly doubt danger will ever follow me here. But I try to be a man of my word, and I'm a man of few words, so I try to not say things like, never will any danger come here on my behalf. But if I thought it would come here, I wouldn't have stayed here. I would have left already.
I don't have a problem with it. But I think what the original question was about secrets was what you were referring to earlier when you were talking about Greystone. Magno was saying something about something Greystone told you, and you were kind of beating around the bush on what that was.
Kody slows a step to make sure Magno continues moving on a little bit farther ahead. And he says, I feel like there's something strange going on with you, Vartan. And I feel like a lot of people are beating around the bush for it. And I'm afraid that what you're doing could be hurting yourself. And you don't really make out what he says. He just kind of drones on while you walk for a second, and you know that you heard him, but you can't quite bring back what he says.
Yeah, I don't see how I could be hurting myself or anything. I mean, I was just here looking for the. Well, I came here to pay my respects and see about my father's estate, but they came here looking for his murderer. And,
but you don't feel like anything strange is happening. I mean, what you just did to that Maurezhi down here was insanely tough to do. It was almost unlike anything that I've ever seen in my many, many centuries of walking this earth. And you don't feel any different. You don't feel like this is unnatural to you at all.
No, I can't say I do. I mean I'm pretty strong. And then the help of my friends, you know, they got their stuff going on, and I just
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. I guess, you know what? Okay. All right. I'll let it go. But if you ever need someone to talk to maybe work through some of these things, I know we haven't known each other for very long, but, you know, you don't have to come to my tavern just to drink. You can come and just talk. And you can eat as much food as you want. I'll even get you a meal if you want to talk through you and your friends and what's going on.
You're a very, very sweet man, and I really appreciate you. Thank you for, looking out, and I guess just being one of the good ones. After all that you've said, I for some reason just trust you explicitly. And I don't know. You're a good guy. I don't know if anybody ever tells you that, but you are.
I thank you. Thank you for that.
I do often when I go walking pick flowers. Do you have a favorite?
Well, I am a fan of daffodils. Do you have a favorite flower?
Oh, violets for sure. They're gorgeous. I just love they can come in so many different shades of purple, and I just really appreciate them, and they're very hardy. Like me.
I would totally agree that you are very hardy and many shades of purple.
Thank you. Yeah, so if I come across any daffodils, I'll bring them in to you, and maybe we can have a talk sometime.
I would love to see those flowers on my tables as centerpieces. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but also, you're asking me to open up. You're asking Vartan to open up to you. If you ever need somebody to open up to, I'm here for you. And you can always keep a daffodil for yourself to appreciate. Just remember that. Like yourself. People can appreciate you.
I will. Thank you. I will do that.
Thanks, Kody.
That's quite nice of you, Baya. I'm quite fond of sunflowers because they're big and you can eat them.
Flowers serve no purpose. There's no function for them. I have no time for them.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a very dreary outlook on life.
God
Maybe
damn.
your services will be required after all, Kody.
Okay. All right. So Kody continues walking on. As he gets closer, as you guys get to the spot where you have to drag the body through that very thin area for a little while, you hoist it up, you drag it through. You get to where you want. It's pretty light. It's kind of like a scrawny, decomposed demon at this point. Like, it's not a very heavy thing, so it's just awkward to do. And just as you get out, maybe 3 or 4 minutes before you get to the cave in the mouth, you get to the mouth of the cave, Kody reaches out and touches Vartan's shoulder and says, Vartan, I don't know what's going on with you or this town. I hope this whole ordeal with the demons is finished. But I do want to let you know one thing that I had discussed with your father. And I promised him that I wouldn't tell you, but I think that you should know. Your father, when he died, and he did die, I was there. I helped bury him. I saw him. Before he died, that same day, we had a conversation. And he led me to believe that he thought your mother, Susan, was not dead. That she was out there somewhere, and that she had done something. And I don't know what it is, and I don't know if you even would want to find her, but he had ideas or strange theories, and I don't know if they're tied to these demons or this ethereal planar stuff that he was diving into or these magics, but I just feel like you should know. If there's no weight to that, I apologize for drudging up bad feelings, but
no, I appreciate it. I had my own theories on it, but I guess I'll have to see if he had anything in the house.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. We should go. And he starts walking again out towards the Cave of the Mouth. God damn, out towards the mouth of the cave. How many times am I going to say that?
You didn't even notice either
I've said
time.
it twice.
The cave of the mouth.
The cave of the mouth.
The throat.
That is. Okay, so as you guys come out of the mouth of the cave, you see out there that Brasscane, Bastille, Timmeron, and Greystone are all waiting outside with about half of the city guard that Brasscane had put together. And they're all standing fully armed and ready for combat, but as soon as they see you coming out, dragging, a body, they are visibly relieved. They sheathe their weapons, they put their crossbows down, and they are walking toward you, very visibly pleased to see you.
Greetings, fellow townsfolk. So basically what has happened here is that there was a demon god thing called the Maurezhi that was somehow summoned to the town. From everything we know, Kyrian built a portal that brought forth this demon. This demon then bit Talmika and took her form over the last few months and has been pretending to be Talmika. Now, if anyone knows anything about why Kyrian would have built a portal that brought forth a demon that would lock and chain an elderly woman into a basement with demons, please come forward.
All of them were walking towards you happily, and their jaws just drop. They all stop, mouth wide, eyes wide, and all of them are just staring at you. And Greystone says, "Are you sure that is what happened down here?"
Baya's pretty sure, but I think my notes are right.
Yeah, that's definitely everything that happened. Yeah.
Yes. Listen, Greystone, I like you and I trust you, but somebody knows more than they're telling, and we need information to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Also, does anybody know if Talmika's okay?
Bastille chimes in. He says, yes, I did check on Talmika before we left, and she does appear to be doing just fine. Her leg is wrapped, and she's already had 2 healing tinctures. Any more, and Emery says she could get sick from them, but for right now, she's doing just fine. She'll just need a day or 2 to recuperate from her trauma.
Oh, thank goodness. That takes a weight off my heart.
I blame myself. I should have seen the differences right away. I did not know. I just continued to get worked up in my own research, and this is as much on me as anyone. Oh, man. What have I done? Timmeron and Greystone start moving toward Kody and Vartan, and Brasscane tells the 2 of the guards that are with him to collect the body and relieve Vartan from his burden. So 2 guards start coming up to be able to carry that for you after you just dragged it like for an hour through caves to help you out with it. And Bastille approaches Vartan as well with some water and a healing potion and says, I didn't know how much value I would bring to a combat, but I do have some healing properties. Do you need them?
Yeah, something's just got me feeling not quite my full self. I need what I was poisoned. That's what it is. I was poisoned.
Oh, I do have a tincture for that. I do have an anti-poison. Give me just a moment here. And he does pull out a potion of greater restoration.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
Yes, it looks like you're a little worse for wear, but I would imagine something like that would happen if you were fighting a demon. I'm glad I can be of some assistance. Vartan, can I speak with you over here for just one moment?
Sure.
So he hands you the healing potion as you walk over to the side, and he says...
And I'll down it as we're walking.
And he kind of pulls you away from everyone else and looks over his shoulder to make sure he's a good distance from them and says, I didn't know what was going on here before, and I didn't quite understand the possibilities that I could be doing more harm to the city than what I had really intended to do. I guess what I'm saying, Vartan, is I've been sending reports back to the Church of Greyhawk about my findings here. I think I may have called some unnecessary attention to the city of Eterno. I now regret those decisions and wish I had not done them, but the damage is done. I'm going to try and go back to the church and repair what I've done and hopefully convince them that there's nothing farther that needs to be done here in the city. But I have concerns that more emissaries from the church may be showing up and they might be disturbing the town. And I'm very sorry for what role I've played.
I mean, you didn't know. Like, you were doing what you thought. You were doing your job. I guess. You can't change it now.
Well, I intend to go back to the churches and speak with the head of each group that I have messaged, and I will let them know that nothing else needs to be done here. And then, with your permission, I would be very, very appreciative if you would consider letting me move into Eterno and maybe renting one of the properties your father left you.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that.
Oh, well, this was much easier than I thought it was going to be. I appreciate that, Vartan. I'll let you get back now. I'm sure you're exhausted. I'll take that empty vial from you if you don't mind. I'll clean it and make more.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
All right, so he takes that from you and starts walking back to look over Kody and Magno, see if they have injuries as well. And Timmeron and Greystone come up to you and break away from the rest and say... Greystone says, Vartan, I'd like to accompany you home if you don't mind.
It seems everybody wants to talk to us. Yeah, let's go.
Very good. Timmeron, I think we've made a decision. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to discuss with Vartan, or if you'd like to retire back to your farm for the evening. Timmeron just looks at you, Vartan, and does a little halfling shrug.
Well, I mean, until you have the most knowledge here, I guess, of the whole town and everything going on, and I don't recall the question about why is there a portal, why did Carrie make a portal. I don't recall that ever being answered.
Timmeron looks over to Greystone and then back to Vartan and says, I believe that Greystone has more knowledge on the matter than I do now. I believe he should be able to answer your questions. I would like to step away and talk to Kody if you do not mind. I'm happy to see you're doing well, Vartan, and things came out on top, regardless of the actions of your father.
Oh, and while I got both of y'all here, leave Kody alone about his mind. Don't touch it.
They look at each other at the same time, then back at you, and Timmeron says, your message is understood, loud and clear, Vartan. We will not bug him about it anymore. He knows what is out there. He knows what we can do. I will let it be.
I appreciate it.
He starts to walk around and he says, Bastille, however, I will make an offer to him to wipe his mind. He's not yet declined, and it sounds like he may want to be moving here permanently. Do you have any issues with that, boy?
Do I have to say it?
First of all, I'm 216 years old. I don't appreciate you calling me boy. And it should always be a choice. You offer once. Don't say it again.
All right, Vartan. I will offer it once. And then he just starts to walk away.
But we so Bastille said that he had sent some messages and will be leaving to do what he can to stop that information he sent out from coming back on the town. Maybe give him the chance to do that, and then when he returns, give him the offer.
I can agree to those terms. I'll leave it be for now. Anything else, or does he walk away now?
He turns around, walks away.
He turns around, walks away.
Thank you, Timmeron. You're a very lovely halfling. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. And he continues on. You can, I mean, very, very different mannerisms from what he's had with you guys before.
Yeah.
And like obviously something has gone down between him and Greystone, and he is not being a happy loser. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, and A Fool's Quest production. Vartan the Furbog Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Ovyck, the Tiefling Cleric, is voiced and played by Chris Johnson. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to follow us on social media or say hello to the cast, details on where to find us will be in this episode's notes. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.